right now. I'm feeling lost, not found. I'm drowning in the bass right now. I listen like a drug I found. Addicted to the plug right now. And I can feel your pain now. I never got the chance to explain how nothing ever quite feels the same now.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the show. My name is Linda Kay, and this is my channel, Checking Convictions. And I want to introduce you to the new Real Crime community team. We've been working together for a while now. We believe that you can work together, get along. We don't need no drama. So it's all facts, no drama. Let me introduce you to the team. First, we have Level Headed. How you doing, Level?
Hello.
And now we have Arctic Fox. Hello,
Hey.
Arctic. And then there's Darkness Exposed. Hello, Joe.
Hello.
And our other little teammate, I don't know what happened to her, but she'll be back. And that would be True Crime with Sunshine. So I'm sure she'll be back. I don't know what happened. Maybe she has some internet problems. And Only Facts isn't here. So hi, everybody. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Freddie. Hi, Joy. Hi, Callie. Hi, Frankie, my bestie. How you doing? Oh, there she is. And we have True Crime with Sunshine. Hi, honey.
There she is.
Are you there? Can you hear
Yeah.
us? Okay. Hi, Becca Choo Choo. Hi, Bling. Anyway, I'm going to start with Level. And Level, just tell us a little bit about yourself, how you started, that kind of thing. Then we'll pass it on down, and everybody just take your turn.
Hello, I'm level-headed. I started following the Summer Wells case. Was in the midst of figuring out what was going on there. Then I kind of disappeared on YouTube for a little bit. I was Levid before, and I changed my name to Level-headed. Started coming back, started watching some other cases, and wanted to do some good with the channel. And here I am.
You do good too. He's like our, well, I won't tell you what we call him because people just make fun of you. But yeah, okay, Arctic.
Well, I've had my channel, I've had my YouTube forever, but I seriously started my channel in February of this year. And I've been following several cases. I've always been interested in the true crime. I've been watching it forever and a day. And I saw where so many cases, just we never really saw anything. We never heard about so many of these kids that go missing. And it really got to me that Summer Wells was getting so much attention and no other kids were hardly getting any coverage. And I remembered when I was in junior high school, a good friend of mine had gotten abducted and he was later found brutally raped, had been murdered. His case didn't get any coverage till after the details of his murder came out. And then it was all over the place because of the sensationalism of it. And that's part of what caused me to go ahead and start a channel, because I want all these kids to have coverage, not just the breaking news, not just whoever's getting the clicks and the views. I want every child to get the same coverage, which is kind of what is going on right now. If you look at Kylie Rodney, her case is everywhere and no one's talking about anyone else right now. We had a missing couple out of that same area. They were just found deceased and their car was wrecked, and they didn't get hardly a fraction of the coverage that Kylie's
I didn't
getting
even
right
hear
now.
about him. I never heard about him.
And had they gotten that coverage, maybe
Yep.
they would have been reached in time that they could have gotten emergency response there, to hopefully save them.
Exactly.
But too much time has gone by.
But keep on, Arctic. I know how you are. You're our fires. Well, you and I can get on a live and be fired up.
He's the official Firefox.
Yeah, I mean it's just absolutely ridiculous. Just like I was trying to get coverage for this situation that's going on in New Hampshire. This little girl, Everly George, who's about to become who may well become the next Harmony Montgomery. I put out a call to action for every creator on YouTube to cover it. And I could not get a single creator that had more than 2,000 subs to do anything with it. Some smaller creators jumped on, and for that, I'm extremely thankful. But for all these people that have gone on 24-hour marathons talking about Kylie to not even take 5 minutes out of their fucking day to try to help keep this little girl from ending up in that situation, it really pissed me off.
And you're starting to get fired up. So let's pass it down to darkness.
But I'm just as fired up on that too, because she absolutely does need coverage, and she needs coverage by the larger creators, because then that does get more traction in the community, which that's what I do. What I'm going to be doing is I will be covering some missing, but primarily I will be covering crimes against humanity, breaking news crimes. For example, there was a shooting at a playground in Philadelphia the other day, and didn't see one person other than just the local news talking about it. And they don't focus on those topics in mainstream media as much as they need to. And we really need to get to the point where, obviously Washington isn't going to do anything to protect us or protect our kids or anything. So maybe as a whole, maybe there's something we can do. So it's to bring more awareness to these cases, to bring more awareness to these situations, and just to show how crazy society is today. And I mean, this isn't how it was when I grew up, and it's not what I want for my kids' future. So my whole thing is to try and bring more awareness to this. Crimes against humanity, especially crimes against children. In my opinion, every child deserves the same amount of coverage as Gabriel Fernandez.
Gotcha. Okay, Sunshine, your turn. This is our beautiful poster maker. I'm just going to say that, put that out there. If it wasn't for her, we would not have some of these amazing posters she makes. So
yes, they are amazing.
The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I was brought over here to this platform. I come from Facebook, and I just got started on Twitter. So Summer Wells, again, that baby brought me over here, and then it was like a chain reaction from Summer Wells. I had people come to me and ask me, well, hey, since you're looking into true crime, have you ever heard of this case? And then it was just a chain reaction. I ended up hearing about Monkey's case and meeting Brandy on a panel, and then Harmony Montgomery, and it was like, a domino effect. And then I found myself where I needed my place on YouTube, and I was in a bigger channel, didn't quite agree with things that were going on, didn't quite agree with the way things were being done. So I said, I'm talented enough that I think I could start my own channel. So I jumped in there with my head wide in and started making videos on my phone, and then now I've upgraded to the laptop and make my flyers and share missing kids, and I'm part of this awesome team.
She's our official poster girl. At least you make beautiful posters. You've made so many for the Navajo community and the indigenous and Native Americans, and I truly appreciate that, because that's like a passion for mine, for me to do. But as a team, you can see we all our main thing is when you say, guys, we want everybody to see every face of every missing child.
That's right.
We, I know Brandy's in here. Thank you for being here, Brandy. And there's a perfect example. We got Kylie, we have Monkey. They were trying to make Monkey have drama. Facts are boring to people. Okay. And sorry, but facts are all we want. We want their faces to be seen by the masses, and we want facts. Drama is not on any one of our platforms. We will address things that come up, like if there's a rumor out there or people are starting stuff. Level's real good for that one. He'll take care of that for us. If we see corruption in the cops, every one of us will speak on that. Oh, thank you, Joy.
Mhm.
Thank you very much for joining. We're all against misinformation, lack of government or protection services not doing their jobs. And we want every missing kid to be home. We want injustice to be turned to justice. So,
I mean, I would never call out law enforcement. I don't know what you're talking about.
no,
Never.
No, not you.
We can call me the panel jumper, okay? Because I jump on when there's something really pissing me off. I've jumped on levels many times. I've jumped on Arctics many times. I don't like injustice. Everybody from the wrongful conviction community knows how I am about the truth and how misinformation can really harm a case. So my background to this little group of experts with the missing, because it's all new to me, is I understand court cases, I understand information, DNA investigations. I know pretty much all that kind of stuff, but I don't know about how these guys find these people, because I know we're looking for the missing, but they find the missing before anybody knows they're missing, kind of thing. Really, that's how fast they find it. It amazes me that when the group effort is going, how much they can get done. And Arctic and anybody else, you can just start talking. There's cases that before we were a team, well, kind of when we started a team, a couple of them, but that they have actually helped to bring home kids. I don't know any other big channels even that can say that. And Little Arctic and Little Darkness, and I think Level had something to do with it. I don't know. Arctic, you take over, and we were talking about that earlier today about the cases.
Well, I mean, the big one that comes to my mind is Nikki Rule, who was abducted on Easter Sunday of this year by his meth head mother and his great aunt. And no one had even heard that case. I happened to see a post by his grandmother, Tally, in one of the missing persons groups. And I was like, whoa, let me reach out to her and get, and get the full story on this. So I put a video out on Nikki explaining what had happened and everything. And Tally was kind enough to agree to come on the channel during one of my lives and talk about the situation and get all the facts out there. And as it, there were a couple of setbacks because the great aunt had actually been spotted a couple of times, and DHS and the cops really dropped the ball several times. But ultimately, other creators picked up the story. We were able to get Nikki's face out there. Someone that had seen one of the videos that was out there saw Nikki. Ultimately, he was brought home safe and unharmed. Another case that we got involved in that led to a child being brought home was a young man named Avon Monahan. We brought him home not once, but twice. He went missing twice, and we brought him home both times. So there is a lot that can be done if these creators would work together instead of being down each other's throats, doxing each other and calling CPS and DHS on each other's kids. It's much better to come together as a team.
It sure is.
Yep.
So,
it really is.
there's so much that can be accomplished.
Right. Did you see Zapper Cop, who is former law enforcement? This is his comment.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you guys feel about this comment? When you have a society that wants to start normalizing pedophilia, referring to them as MAPs and making them quasi victims themselves, more kids will be victimized. I couldn't agree more.
I couldn't agree more. Absolutely.
I agree.
Exactly. And until we start,
fancy word is, but I'll tell you what, if he's talking about, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, we'll put you in jail for like a year and then you could be out to do it again. I get all that. Okay. Because
but they're
a lot.
They're actually trying to make MAP a gender. MAP is an initialism. It references minor attracted persons. So in other words, pedophiles. Yes. Adults sexually attracted to and aroused by my minor children.
Holy fuck, you just whoa, wait. They
you didn't know that?
No.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Man.
They are trying to turn it into a gender. They are trying to get it on the LGBTQIA
They're fucking whack
spectrum.
Now, okay, that's whack. I ain't even gonna I can't even.
Have you all seen the latest Twitter trend that's taking place, where people are using the hashtag MUSFW for minor unsafe for work?
What?
Minor unsafe for work. And it's these teenagers, these kids, they're trying to sell themselves on Twitter using that hashtag minor unsafe for work. And they're selling pictures, videos. Yeah.
What the hell?
What the fuck is this world, guy? This is a whole lot sicker than I thought, guys.
Oh my God.
And until we stop with the whole look at Josh Duggar. The man had they said it was the worst type of pornography that they had ever seen involving children, is what the FBI agent said. And he gets 20 years, he'll be out in 10. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And then we have a man, and I'll use this as many times as I have to make people understand that this is how minor shit is. We have 3 strike laws in a lot of states. Okay. There's a man who for 10 years, his life was great, did nothing except for smoke weed. Okay. And you know what happened to him? He got a half a blunt. Now he's doing life. And that's in Georgia. So if you don't think that they will over sentence you for stupid shit and then let out these dangers, because how many pedophiles have you seen go in for a year, come out and never do it again?
Not one.
Never.
Not
one.
Never.
How many of you have seen that went in and did 10 years, come out and never do it again?
Never.
Okay.
Never.
How about longer than that and come out and do it again?
Actually, now you're making me curious because I want to see how long.
I'll tell you right now, none that I've ever heard of. And I checked into it. I'm a fact person.
Kill him?
Don't believe anybody. In fact, their crimes become worse in severity. Okay? They turned into more of a monster, okay, than they did the first time. So they learn more ways and they become more, severe, up to killing. Okay.
Yes. And that actually, there's a case that I watched the entire trial on that is, you're describing exactly what that poor little girl went through. Cherish Periwinkle. Her murderer and violator was Donald Smith. He was sentenced to death and he was killed on June 16th of 2013. But he had been was out on parole, and then brutally violated her and killed her. When she was 8 years old, jail calls came out and he was bragging about it. It's disgusting.
Shannon, I'll try to see if I can find out anything on that case. It's sad. We have so many of these cases where law enforcement just doesn't even respond. And if they won't respond to you when you're trying to reach out for information, how quickly do they respond when someone's calling in to submit a lead to these people? One of the cases that I covered this morning, in fact, is a young woman who went missing, and she was found this past January, but she's missing again. And Muncie, Indiana, they had lied to the family, saying they were going to appoint an investigator to Kaylee's case, and they haven't. They're refusing to. And a lot of it is to do with the fact that Kaylee is a runaway. And these runaway cases never get taken seriously. They're always, put on the back burner. And the thing is, statistically speaking, runaways are at higher risk of being trafficked than your standard abduction is.
Yep. I totally agree with you. You know how I feel about that, it doesn't matter if you're a drug addict, don't matter if somebody is missing that person, has not heard from that person, and knows that it is very odd. Okay. There's something going on. And a lot of the runaways, in my personal opinion, and I do believe there'll probably be statistics out on this, that the runaways are coming from, they're on the internet all day long. They get groomed. They get told to leave. They get asked to leave. They find out, you can have it better out here. And that takes a long time to do that, but they got nothing but time, these people that do this. So they sit on there and they act like they're a kid that's 10, 15, whatever it is, okay? And they become their friend. Then they tell them all this stuff about, you can have it so much easier coming to my house. I got this, that, that. Your mom's me, your dad's this. That kind of stuff. And they groom them, and then they run away. And then they find out that, it's a quick eye opener, because most of them that do that kind of thing are going to put them into the sex working field, the sex trade.
Exactly. And part of the problem that we've got, especially today, is we live in a world where parents let that phone and those computers be babysitters for their kids. They don't realize that all that time that their kid is spending playing Fortnite or Minecraft or whatever the case may be, there could be some 40-year-old in the chat room slowly grooming them. And it's an issue. I mean, to the parents that are listening, I'm begging you, if you let your kids play these online games like that, please be in there while they're doing it. Keep a careful eye out on who they're talking to, because unfortunately, these predators, they're using online games like Minecraft and Fortnite to groom your kids. And it's becoming a big issue. And especially Omegle, do not let your kids use that. It's the worst things that you can do. I mean,
Omegle, Kick, even Snapchat. Snapchat is one that is just really, really dangerous. And that's where I was working.
Deleted? Snapchat is the one that deletes it, right? Or is that's the other one. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Kick's the
Snapchat
same way.
Does too, I think.
Is it Snapchat's the pictures?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't want to put pictures profile. I think TikTok for some kids. I've seen some pretty raw TikToks about little kids, although they get reported and taken down. Right? I mean,
one of the biggest examples of the danger of Snapchat's the Delphi murders. They were basically groomed on Snapchat. So
yeah.
And Snapchat has that map too, doesn't it? Where you can pinpoint people's location. That's terrifying.
Yep. What?
Yes.
That's a groomer's dream.
Yeah, and
I bet somebody.
Yeah, and unless you go into
people did it. Mountain Girl, hi baby.
Mountain Girl.
Hey, Mountain Girl.
There's a lot of our inspiration, at least I know for Arctic, and I know for myself.
And me.
And you too. She is the reason why that I'm here. Okay. Because she's done these amazing, true, real insights. And I just get her. I get her. She's my girl. So she is the reason I'm over on the missing. I'm still over on the wrongful convictions because my eyes are sore from reading the motion that just came in for my case, but 149 pages of motion. You know how nice it is to read legal word?
Shannon, if you're still in the chat, I just went to the Osceola County Sheriff's Facebook page, and I was looking through the comments, and there's a comment that said that she's probably with her boyfriend Jeremiah. It's all the way at the bottom. I will send you a screenshot of this on Twitter, because I know we follow each other on Twitter.
There you go.
Well,
I haven't seen you in a long time. Go ahead, Level.
The other big thing with all of this is we get a lot of information way before any public ever sees anything, and we decipher through it and collectively decide, hey, we're going to put this out. No, we're not going to put this out. And sometimes it's to protect what's going on in the situation, and eventually it comes out. But there's times that we can put it out way before somebody else has it. Yeah. And it just takes time for some people to find some of the stuff that we find.
And some of the things you wouldn't want to put out, right? Because you have to be smart.
It could jeopardize the case.
Because you could jeopardize this. Like Arctic has had information he cannot put out to the public because it would harm some of the investigations. So you have to be smart. And really, facts are boring, right, guys? I mean, we don't have drama. Yeah. We're not talking about the next creator. I'm not talking about Arctic. I'm not talking about Level, because honestly, they're fantastic people. And we have absolutely no problem working together. And we all have different views. One thing we agree on is getting their faces out and being responsible creators. The rest, look, I'm called Golden Girl, okay? Because I'm fucking oldest one, right? Well, get off on that shit, okay? They tease the fuck out of me, okay? But, because I'm the oldest, that shit goes like that. Okay, but we get along, and we really have a desire to make sure that the laws change. Arctic, I'm gonna plug you. He's made and please put it in the chat. Bling, you are the
petition.
The petition for Amber Alerts, because we believe every single solitary person deserves one. Right? You need to be alert. You need to. There's changes we want to make. And Arctic, you, I know you're very passionate about, and you too, Darkness. You really are like, why isn't there a fucking Amber Alert on this one? Or why did they take the Amber Alert off of this one? And I mean, that kind of stuff. So what we want to do is bring awareness, show prevention. We've come across a lot of different
prevention, definitely.
Prevention. That's my big thing is prevention too. Like, ask me my name, right? That one right there. I brought that. Arctic made a video on it because it has to do with stop, ask my name. That's what it's called. And I watched a movie and found out about that. Okay. It was on ID channel, and the girl's story was out there. And that's how I found out about that foundation. And that's for Uber drivers. And boy, the statistics on that is not good when you look into it. So Arctic puts out a lot of videos. So does Darkness on prevention and programs. My community page is full of it because I'm not really quite up to making videos. I'll be honest about it. But,
the Adam program is another one.
The Adam Alert. Yep. Where you get, I mean, there are so many, and believe me, I believe every one of these are in my description and usually in every video. So, excuse me. I do know the team is there.
Yes. And as a mom, go ahead.
No, you go on. It's fine.
Okay. The other thing that I really, really think that we should be teaching everybody is the signal for help, the domestic violence, or exactly. I really think if, God forbid, if somebody has been kidnapped or, even if they're just in a dangerous situation, it's so easy and quick for you to be able to do. And
I think they should do something for kids like this or something for a kid, because a kid can't do this. A little kid can go like this. If you're in trouble, touch your nose, touch your nose, touch your nose. Right? And the kid's hands are freeze. They could go like this. A person seen that, they could, but a little kid is going to have a hard time, 2, 3, 4, remembering to do this. My granddaughter, I started teaching her this like, I told her about it like a year ago, and now in school they teach her it. Okay, she didn't get it when I told her about it, but now she knows in school. But I'm telling you, the younger kids, like my younger granddaughter, she wouldn't remember to do that. She'll be kicking and screaming, but she might remember to do this, or say a word or something. You know what I mean? I taught my kids safe words. You know what I mean? I told my kid, if somebody's coming at you, yeah, you run right into the neighbor's house and tell them to call the cops right now. I said, and my daughter actually did that because somebody was chasing her in a car. What?
Checking. Can you please highlight Nan's Life's comment, please?
Where is Nan?
Yes.
Yes. I love Nan's Life. She is.
Because that's one thing that pisses me off is the criteria.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let me go down here. It's I'm in the wrong thing to get it. Okay. Here we go. Where is it? Oh, there it is. There we go. There we go.
So I want to address that. The problem that we have right now is that there's certain criteria that has to be met, and that criteria is different, not only state to state, but often in many cases from one city to the next. The criteria is different in order for an Amber Alert to be issued, and that's why I created the petition that I have to standardize the Amber Alert system to where every missing child, regardless of whether they're run away, regardless of whether they were abducted, whatever the case may be, every missing child gets treated the same and they all get an Amber Alert issued. Because right now, a prime example is that Summer Wells out in Tennessee, where there's not anything that really points to abduction, currently has an Amber Alert out, but Michael Vaughn, Brandy's little boy, does not have an Amber Alert, and everything is pointing to abduction in that case.
But Mom took care of that for future, and she created the Mike Monkey's Law. And if you can imagine, which personally I cannot, even if I try to put one toe in one shoe, like I always say, put your foot in one shoe, I can never imagine what she goes through mentally working. Her son's missing. She has other children. She has a husband, well, live-in boyfriend, husband. I call him husband. She has a home. She has everyday responsibilities. And if you sit down and you think about, oh man, I had a shitty day, I bet you're a fucking 1,000 shitty days ain't never been what that lady goes through every day. Okay. And she's making laws to help other children. What does that tell you? You are never going to get no good information for somebody that has never been through that. Then you take a person who's been through that, they can tell you what they need to help. And I always believe if a family member is speaking out about a missing person, listen to that person. They do know that their loved one, right? You have to listen.
Exactly.
Right? You don't blame them.
The other thing I want to point out is that Brandy has also been very influential in helping to bring other missing kids home. Riker Webb was a little boy that went missing out of Montana. We covered his case, and we never would have known about that boy's case had it not been for Brandy bringing it to our attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandy's a warrior.
Yes, she is.
She is.
And Michael will be home. I believe that. I completely believe that. And so through awareness, through working together, we also have the advantage of everybody's different platforms, okay, which brings a whole different new subs, different creators watch. So I think that's a real good advantage. What do you think about that one, Level? You're not talking, Papa Bear. Uh-oh, he's not even gonna
Sorry. I was in the midst of helping, and I have something that needs to be spoke about here real quick.
Well, then do it.
Novelist True Crime. If anybody and everybody here that's in this chat go over to his page and leave him a message and see if he's not responding to anybody, and I don't know what happened. But I'd like to get in touch with him and have a conversation with him. This is coming from somebody that's heavily involved with him all the time. He hasn't answered for like a month, so I don't know what's going on with him, but we need to figure it out. He's one of the good ones, and he's created a whole website for Monkey, and we need to reach out and see what's going on there and see how we can help in the situation and get more information. So please, anybody here, go over to his page. Let's leave some comments. Anybody that has a way to get a hold of him privately or however you get a hold of him, I'd like to speak with him. So
I just left a comment on his community page.
Yeah, we just haven't heard from him in a while, and there's some things that I mean, if he's being attacked for what he's doing and how he's helping, then I'd like to help him. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, because
let's go back
Navi,
to laws. Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say Navi's top notch. I mean, here we've got this guy that lives all the way in Ireland, and he has done more single-handedly for Monkey's case than most creators here in the United States have.
Yes. I do. Well, I'll just let you guys know now. Michael Vaughn is now on, I might say this wrong, how do you say it? Polycross Foundation?
Class.
Yes, and I've been doing some research there. I'll be putting a video out here soon on some of the aspects of what that foundation does and how they help. They are a very strong foundation with laws and getting certain things passed. Yep. And there's a lot of things that a lot of us could help in getting a lot of that done. So,
yeah, I made videos with everybody that is on their page. Every single last person that's in the polyclass. Class. I can't say it. Is that right? Class? Yeah.
Is it class or class?
I think it's class.
Okay.
I think it's class. It's
CLAUS, right?
Yeah, it's class.
Yeah, it's class.
Well, I've done videos with every single face that's on there. So they're a good foundation. They're, so congratulations for Michael.
Hey, Sandra.
Sandra.
Hey, girl.
There is another case where we were very that's another case there where we were very instrumental in bringing Austin Lauer home. No one had heard about his case until we covered it and got it going mainstream within the YouTube community. And it was a case where law enforcement had completely dropped the ball. Austin had been abducted by the same couple, not once, not twice, but on 3 different occasions. And rather than help this mother bring her boy home, instead, the response of Sandusky, Ohio's law enforcement team was to arrest the mother when she was out there looking for her son, screaming her son's name. So, again,
he was hiding under a mattress.
Yeah, and he was hiding under a mattress, and they were all sitting on top of him while the police are looking through it. So, yeah, that is the case.
One thing about the sleuth community is, which is, in my opinion, totally separate than the real crime community.
Yeah, we're totally different. I want to announce that we have nothing to do with the true crime community. We talk about real crime, real time, and real facts.
Because these are real people, and there's real feelings behind the screen. And one thing that I've seen a lot because I look at everything from both sides, because I want to be able to look at it with an unbiased approach. I don't want my bias to get in the way. But if somebody has the Polly Klaas Foundation working with them and they are working to change laws, do you see the same thing happening with Summer Wells? No.
No.
So take that into consideration before you start slinging accusations. Because I'm sorry, sleuth community, you're not entitled to the answers that you are asking.
Yeah, let's just
you are not entitled to jack.
Right. No missing persons, loved ones, family owe you anything. Anything. Right. They don't even need to talk to you. Let's just put it this way. If I had a missing child, I don't think I would speak about it except for to a news company. That would be it. But then again, my mind would say, I want to talk to everybody. So those who talk to everybody, then there's something wrong. If you don't talk, there's something wrong. You can't please people in this community because they're looking for dirt, because they're more drama than they are really effectively wanting to help.
Exactly.
My opinion, it's strong. My channel, I'll say what I like. Don't like it, you know where you can go. Hit the door.
Sluggy, me too. I am so glad that you started a channel. I am so proud of you.
Yes, we have. That's something else I was going to touch on. I was going to say we have some people in our chat that have channels. True Crime with Sharon has a channel, another factual based. Then there's Sluggish Sleuth, very good, doing good things. I can't remember who else is in here. Everybody up here, Mountain Girl.
Mountain Girl.
Yes.
Yes.
And Mountain Girl said something earlier that I want to address too about how the community tab is a valuable tool, which it is.
Oh, I use mine to the hilt. I'm glad there's no limit.
But it needs to be fixed. There's one thing wrong with it, and that is that if you post something to your community tab, unless you're a creator, you can't share that to your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, wherever. You have to screenshot it and put it out there. How hard would it be for YouTube to put a share button for everyone, to just the same as what it is for when you share our videos out, so that they can share that poster that's on the community tab to their Facebook and their Twitter? I mean, that it wouldn't take much, and it would make a big difference in trying to find these missing kids.
Right. There's another one right here, Mississippi Granny. She's another good intent one. So there,
Kit.
And Kit, is Kit in here?
She's not in here, but she's on our Real Crime community picture. So
that's her right here in the middle, I believe. Yes. But let's just say that we will not allow gang, blood and money. Come on, you ain't none without it. That's never going to be here. Never. Okay, I might listen to Tech Nine. They might be my favorite of all time. And yes, their ghetto rap is listen. Nina from Tech Nine, he's everywhere. He's like Eminem. He's like, Dr. Dre. They do a lot with other people. Bad, kick ass. I got their autographs. I go to their concerts. But I ain't gonna be up here. Gang, give me the money. You'll never be seeing a Cash App down there. Okay. I got memberships, and yes, I'm monetized. But when I put out like an exclusive video, like just on Monkey, which I've done, I don't monetize that. Okay. I don't. This will be monetized, but I'm not making money off the backs of kids. And they can sit there and say they didn't do it, but yeah, you did. You're fake, and you shouldn't be doing that. Okay. You just should not be doing it.
Exactly. And something else that I kind of want to bring up, there's a lot of cases that these smaller creators want to cover, but they don't necessarily have the platform that's large enough in order to garner an audience, say if they want to bring a family member on board or something like that. One of the things I'm working with Sluggish Sleuth on right now is the Jill Sidebotham case, Lydia Hansen, that are missing out of Maine. She's going to have an interview with Jill's father. And she reached out to me and asked me if I could host the interview on my channel since it's a larger channel. And I absolutely have no problem doing that. So that will be this Friday. That interview is going to take place on my channel. And I just want to extend that same invitation out to some of the smaller creators. if you are talking with a family member and you're having a hard time getting the message out, you can certainly reach out to any of us that have larger channels, and we'll be more than happy to host that family member on our channel.
Oh yeah, we definitely, you can reach out to any one of us. But gang, there's Sluggish. There you go. Thank you so much. That's very nice of you. I appreciate that. But yeah, go ahead, Level.
And at the same time, somebody like Sluggish Sleuth that is working behind the scenes a lot, doing a lot of stuff.
About
getting her to a community wall. Getting her to a community wall would be great. She does do a lot of good things, and has been working very, very hard. Has people that reach out to her. She reaches out to people with missing family members, and if you're not subbed up to her, that's one that is going to be up and coming. And
absolutely,
it's important to
Granny's
bring somebody else along the way.
Yep, Mississippi Granny. Yep,
correct.
Yep.
Let's just say this: these are some really good people, got really good hearts. Hi, B. I don't want you to be, be unnoticed. B. I lost my train of thought. I really did. Fibro fog.
It's all that weed. All that weed.
No, it's fibro fog. Yeah, it could be. I don't know.
Smarty pants.
Yeah, I don't give a crap. You wouldn't like me if I wasn't.
As I walked away from the computer for a second, and you were saying about Sluggy's super chat with gang,
yeah.
I thought, oh, okay, well, we can do bang bang when we get a child found. Bang bang, another child found.
Yeah, I don't like bang bang. It sounds like you're killing somebody. How about
oh, that's true.
Winner, no chicken dinner. No,
How about you got mail?
We'll just say
right.
level.
Well, and that's another thing too. It's as important as it is to get these missing kids' faces out. It's also important to share the updates of the ones that have been found. Especially, one thing I like to do on my channel is I like to share stories from time to time about the ones, like, for instance, I did a story on one that had been found after 40 years. It's important that these parents have hope, but they never give up hope on their child. And it's cases like that are inspiration to parents like Brandy that are going through, a rough spot where their child's been missing for over a year. So I like to put videos out like that to give these parents hope. And I also like to do stories on the parents that have turned their tragedies into triumph, like John Walsh, who is the co-founder of the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. You got Colleen Nick, who started the Morgan Nick Foundation after her daughter went missing. Polly Klaus Foundation. You've got, let's see here, the Kyron Horman Foundation. There are so many parents that have turned their tragedies into triumph and are doing so much good for these missing kids in the community. So,
yeah. I mean, only thing I can say this for sure is this is an overwhelming. Every day is very overwhelming with the amount of cases that come through. But we also see a lot of this one's found, this one's located, this one's safe, but there's always, every day, there's multiple children, multiple adults. Every day there's a tragedy, and every day there's triumph. Absolutely. So it is like this. If I didn't have these guys and this, I'd be a nutcase. I couldn't do this. I couldn't. But we all have certain talents and things that that we can bring to the table. Like, I'm kind of a legal eagle, DNA and that kind of stuff. I've done for a long time. My wrongful conviction, I learned through that. I really did. I learned investigations. I tell everybody, if you're not hearing nothing, that's good. Especially if the FBI is involved, that's good. Just be good with that. You know what I mean? Because they're doing their job, and we all want to see instant. I mean, face it, the world's instant gratification, right? We all want it, and it's not easy to get in this kind of stuff. So, Sunshine, you've been really quiet.
I'm here. I've just been listening and enjoying.
She's always quiet. She's even quiet in our backroom chats. Okay, here's somebody that isn't quiet. Let's let him take the floor.
I get my feet wet getting on panel, and then I guess once I get up there, I surprise myself and I look down and I've been live for 3 hours because I've got on a rant. And I'm just like, no.
Let's face it. When I get fired up about something, Article go live or Level will go live, and I'm like, "My God, I can get up there and I can speak my mind," because I've thought about doing that, but I don't know why I'm having a problem with this. Anybody who knows me knows that my whole channel is built on talking to people and interviewing people, so I don't get it. But I got a little scared there, but hopefully that'll go away. But everybody here, like Arctic, I don't know how many he does a day. I don't know how many Level does a day. Listen, Level is great for putting the word out there, finding something out. He's I don't know. He's got multitasks. Arctic, he's the family person. Well, just before I came on here, he's doing laundry. So how's that tell you? No, I mean, he talks to the families. He gets you got mail probably about 1 million times a day, that notification. Joe, I don't know how she finds the things she finds. She's like Amber Alert and boom, 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 and then we'll have something like this, like the Navajo Level found this, the Native American Navajo Nation. They're doing this where they're putting their posters into their native language and getting them out. Well, Arctic says, hey, Level says to Sunshine, hey, can you do these? 175 friggin' posters, okay? Or 6 or something like that. I don't want to be wrong on the number because I'm not trying to be disrespectful. But so, I mean, you got a team that's works really, really hard, and got people that are in the back part that nobody sees. They don't want to be seen. Well, Bling, you're out here. So, we got Bling. She's great. There's a lot of things going on, but mainly what it is we want everybody who's going to work on a case to tell facts, show faces. If you're going to talk about drama, what is it you say, Arctic? If you're going to talk about drama, what can you at least do?
At least show the missing persons flyers on your screen. Do a slideshow like Darkness does when she's covering like these convicts that are on the run and stuff. She always has a slideshow of missing kids in the corner of her screen. So if you're going to sit here and just cover Kylie 24/7, the least you can do is have that slideshow going in your corner.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I completely agree. And especially the larger creators, because they know how to do it.
Okay, welcome, Sluggy. How are you?
Hi, I told myself I wasn't going to come up here,
Hey,
but I have to come up here.
Sluggy.
I have to tell you guys that
Christina. Hi, honey.
I'm so glad that, I worked behind the scenes so long with Darkness and Sunshine, and it's good to find people that, relate to me and relate to what I'm here for. It's good to see the good side of this.
Yeah. Yeah, and we all have something that we specialize in, that we've done for a while. So even in our real life, if you did this in your real life, or you might have an ex law enforcement officer, like Zapper was in here. He's probably not still in here. I don't know, but he's ex law enforcement, and I've done live with him. And if you ever really want to hear about how investigations, certain things work, that's a good live. Just like everybody talks about cadaver dogs and scent dogs and this and that. I had the best in the nation. This guy's got a lot of certificates. I interviewed him, and he talks about his dog, and he is spot on. So please go look at that. It's speaking with Jeff and his dog Zoe or something like that. But it is a very good live. And if you go back to Arctic's lives or to Darkness, did you get yours all back up yet?
Not well, yeah, everything's up.
Okay.
That I had up before
Your informational stuff, right?
Before it went down, yeah. But I'll be doing lives probably starting again tomorrow. I'm still putting the missing poster slideshow together.
Okay.
So anybody out there, if you have flyers that you want me to include in the slideshow, please send them to me. Twitter, Facebook, anywhere.
That's all in this live.
I'm all over the place. Yep.
Right. So
send them to me and I'll get them in there.
And Sluggy came in with like Harmony. So that brings me to you and Everly. So would you speak a little bit about Everly, please?
Yeah. Before I do, I just want to let Darkness know I'm actually going to be going this weekend and filming around Harmony's homes and everything like that to give us a really cool insight. So I'll send that your way and whatever you can use it for. That'd be really cool to put out there.
Okay. Yeah. And then if you want to do a live together, I'd love to.
Okay, perfect. And Everly
before you talk 1 second, because I'm just going to make it official here because I know everybody feels the same way. Sluggish, I hope you can keep up because after this live, you're getting added to our group chat.
Yay!
So,
yay!
Oh, you guys are so cool.
The real crime community, do not call yourself true crime no more because you're not that drama fucking bullshit mess they got over there.
Well, to play off that, Ron, the dad of Jill, he asked me, he said, well, don't you want this interview on your channel? And I said, this is not about my channel. This is not about my subs. This is not about anything but to spread your word as far and as wide as I can, and I do this. I'm going to put it out there. I actually have a missing family member. Nobody knows on the YouTube, streets. So here it is. And that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. And I've worked with you for God knows how long.
I had one for 12 years. So I know that part of it, but I don't know about myself.
I just recently found out.
What?
If you get the information, I would like to cover.
You're guitaring, honey. You're guitaring. Are you not home?
Huh? Me?
Are you not? Yeah, you were guitaring.
Yeah, I'm home. I don't know. It may be my internet.
Sorry, Arctic. Want to try again? I think. Go ahead.
All right. Is this any better?
Much better.
Okay. I wanted Sluggy to know if she'll get me the information on her missing family member. I want to cover that case. I won't put Sluggy's name out there at all, that she's related to the case at all, if she doesn't want me to, but I would like to get some information out on her missing family member.
Well, let me just say this too. Queen Latifah, she just said the same thing. So if you have information, you can send it to me, my email, or to anyone that's on here, and we'll cover your cases. Okay. And we don't talk about family like that. Slug knows that. We don't do that.
And the thing is that my missing family member is considered a runaway.
And that's just as important.
And it's it's really hard. It's a really hard situation. It's an odd situation. It's not like other situations. It's just a mess.
Well, you know what? You know how we are. I mean, you gave us Everly, and that's what I wanted you to speak on. Because right now, that little girl is keeping me awake. Okay? I'm worried for her. I'll say it on camera. Listen, cyber slut, you better be taking care of that kid, okay? Because I'm going to be calling on you to find out if you are. because that little baby scares me. It scares me what she's going into.
Yes, me too. And I have when Checking had me on before, I told everybody about my past and all of that. So I've been on the other side of the law. I've been behind the wall.
I was married to that
and
bullshit.
yeah. And so I look at things, from, oh my God, if I could have told myself what I know now 20, 30 years ago, so I want to do that for others. Don't make the same mistakes that I did. And Sam has already been in a relationship with a violent felon who was murdered back in 2021. Now she's with another one. So it's not necessarily her I'm necessarily 150% worried about. 100%, yeah, but it's who she's bringing around Everly. That's what concerns me.
Right. Right.
And
well, that's just it, her circumstances. But go ahead,
yes.
Sluggy, tell us.
So right now, Angie and Danielle are kind of being a little bit quiet because they are getting attacked by Sam and Sam's friends. The problem that we're having is that we have solid evidence that she is selling her body, and she does have custody of Everly, and Everly is there. I don't understand why they don't see that this is a huge issue, but I'm going to be making some big moves this weekend. I told myself I was on vacation and I wasn't going to do nothing, but I am. And I'm going to Harmony Montgomery's house, and we're going to take a photo shoot of, Angie holding a picture of Everly. I'm going to blow it up and I'm going to put it on every state building in New Hampshire.
Oh,
that's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
And say, is this the next, next one, or wasn't Harmony enough? Something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wasn't Harmony enough? Meet Everly. You know what I mean?
Because Harmony wasn't only.
Yes, there was Eli too. Eli Lewis.
Oh yeah,
Elijah Lewis.
Yeah, and I'm Harmony yanked my heart because I'm literally from that town. I was in that area where she was, and if I could have just taken her, and it breaks my heart. And then to come across the press conference of Harmony, the last press conference, and you hear this little voice in the background saying, "Save Everly, save Everly." And when I heard it, I had to find that person, and I found him.
That I could really start to cry right now, because for some reason that little girl, and this story has hit me really hard. Go ahead.
It's because here we have a chance to help. Like, we don't get this chance often, and we finally have a chance to help, and it's like we can't help,
Yeah. Because we've did everything we thought would help that has helped. Like Arctic can talk about Austin and what I did on the live by putting that out there, and what the subs did. So see, the subs are a big help to us by sharing, and everybody in here does. They share, and they look at it, and they pass it on, and that is so important, because what we need is chain reaction. Okay, somebody puts something out, we need somebody else to grab it, put it out. You know what I mean? Arctic has said many times, you can use anything on my channel you want to if it helps. But we ain't no money grabbers. We're not people, they're going to have our cash apps strolling along here, as you see what's strolling along underneath mine. We talk about the facts. Sluggy does a lot of different things. I've seen like 2 or 3 or whatever, but Everly, and Everly is something we could change if we could get the big officials to look at this. But there's got to be laws, and we just need to know them, because I know, you have to go everything legal, and legal takes time, but there's got to be statutes. And I should have looked them up a long time ago. I just kind of got a thought of what their CPS stuff is over there in
and
Indiana.
and Queen.
Is it Indiana?
Yes, where they're at now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, isn't that where the Delphi case is?
Ooh.
Where that?
Ooh, good.
Where
Lana is in the chat.
Who?
Lana.
Oh, she's talking about Monkey. For some reason I saw ISP and I thought Indiana State Patrol. My brain didn't go to Idaho. It went to Indiana because that's what we were talking about.
Okay. Well, hi, Lana. You do wonderful things for Monkey.
Yes, she sure does.
And,
Queen Laquifa, you're absolutely right about CPS corruption.
Okay. I'm trying to find the
Absolutely. And the biggest issue with CPS is their focus on reunification. And it's until that changes, we're going to continue to see Everly's. We're going to continue to see Elijah Lewis's. We're going to continue to see Harmony Montgomery's. And the list goes on and on and on. It's horrible. It really is.
And Queen said that about Texas, and Jasmine Perez from Houston. You know, she's they have her labeled as a runaway, and they actually closed her missing persons case, but she hasn't been found.
Yeah, that's another one. That's because why? Because she was seen.
Yeah.
By eyes, like
from a distance
for a brief second. Doesn't mean she was in the hands or anything. You know, I mean, a lot of people have seen her, I'm sure, but they don't know she's missing because she doesn't have a missing poster. She's not, you know, not on top priority. See the odd things we come across.
Yeah, Brandy.
Where wouldn't you say most of the time, probably in every case we just talked about, it is not the family that is not helping. It is government officials, police departments, things like that you're getting your hands
on. And I also wanted to get with you checking
way too often.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. I wanted to get with you guys because a lot of people, I've actually an abundance of them, and I didn't realize this. A lot of people actually don't know what to say when they make these emails to higher officials. So I'd like to get something going that it's a copy and paste deal, and they can just, you know, send it off like that.
You know, I've done that before, and I don't recommend it. These are the reasons why. Because for one, they start seeing the same repetitive thing. They think it's just straight BS. Okay. If you are writing from your heart, they take it to heart. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe like a tips and a guideline.
We've made, but you know what it is? The guideline is be educated in your conversation, stay strong in what you believe, and be respectful. That's it. That's it. You don't, there's not a certain way to write to them. You can write to them just like you're writing to somebody in prison, or you're writing your mother a letter or your friend a letter. That's all. You don't have to do, anything, especially an email. You just write from your heart, be very educated. Don't put no facts or threats. No non-facts and threats. You know what I mean? It's just, you don't understand this. Why can't something be done about this? Because we ran a campaign for Brendan Dassey, and let me tell you what, it was like a boom emails, and we wrote guidelines, and this person just put your name at the bottom, and it didn't work. It didn't work. We did it for over 2 years. It didn't work.
Right. And I've talked to a couple of people through it.
Right. But we've, since we do a case, then we got all the people calling. So far, they've made a difference, right? I mean, because they did in Austin's, and Everly got noticed about it too. So, I don't think people talking from their heart is a bad thing. I think it's a really good thing. And I think it really helps.
I agree. And I just wish more people weren't nervous to do it. A lot of these people that contacted me are like, what do I say? What do I say? And, I tell them what I say, and I give them an example, but they get nervous.
Make a video. How's that? on what to say to whatever, you know what I mean? Have somebody asking you questions and you just say it. You know, I mean, it's a preventing thing. It's a way of educating somebody, you know. So I think all of us have things that we would like to see change. Me, when it comes to missing people, my biggest thing is I think you should shut down every major interstate highway there is immediately. Cut them off. Cut the highways off. That's what they used to do back in the day. They did. They stopped every car. You know what I mean? Cut off them highways that go to another state, because who don't live in a state that you don't have one of them goes to another state? I'd like to know where that is. You know what I mean? And
speaking of which, that actually reminds me of something. Yesterday, the Amber Alert that came out from Texas. Okay. Luckily, she was found safe, but they she's 7 years old, and she was abducted. They had a vehicle, and they thought she was heading towards the abductor was heading towards the Mexican border. Now, with Texas being so close, it's not going to take that long for them to cross the border. So in my opinion, when an Amber Alert goes out, especially in Texas, close the damn border.
Yeah, close that, close the highways. I'm telling you, because I've been looking ever since I got into this. I'm a researcher. I come from the research, you know, part of things. So I look into right away. I look know where to go and look for things. And I got that map that Level put out, and he should talk about that because it's a really good map. At least it's good for creators anyway. And then we got Steve True Crime Web.
True Crime Web.
He talk about that too, or I mean, Level to talk about that because he knows about that. But I noticed personally that the ones that stay missing for a long time, you know, are always by highways, by interstate highways that are out of town. They're always by that, real close. So, to me, that's a problem. You know, Level, are you there, or did you say bitch talks too much and I ain't talking, so I can't say that?
He's gone.
Yeah, he went to fucking make a video or some shit. Who knows? Then close the ones up north. Yeah, by Canada. I'm only 4 hours from Canada, and there was a girl that came from Canada and got caught in like I don't know, some southern state. And so yeah, you need to close that stuff down, and we'd probably save a lot of the cold cases. That's another thing. I made a video on every person, every Native American that's in Canada that is missing still long term. So that's a lot. Level, are you there yet? He's making a. I wouldn't doubt if Arctic Fox is making a freaking video right now.
No.
Research Carlton Law. Yeah, that's the one that Cash Gurnan's family talks about all the time. And that's another place that people should go to. And then you'll understand maybe where my hatred comes from for these bigger channels that are gang, whatever. They ruin cases. We're not here to do that. Not at all. You're not going to get no bullshit out of us. We will talk like from our hearts and things like that. I've noticed when Arctic gets on, and you know he's pissed when he's going live. And yeah, that's all exactly how we feel as regular people. I think that's what we got going on for us, is we realize these are real people. What do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, there you are. Oh, Tragedy Pimp. My favorite clipper, whole wide world. I want everybody to know. Tragedy Pimp Exposed has a great channel, and I like clip channels. But I love that one. So everybody, please go subscribe to Tragedy Pimps. And I love you, Tragedy Pimp. And Christina, totally get it. Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah, see, people know who Tragedy is. But go ahead, Level. I was talking to you. I wanted to.
Yeah, I know. I was listening.
Okay.
Steve's website at True Crime Web is he's clustering missing people together. So he is putting information out. It's being done in different phases, different parts of the country. I haven't been over there recently to take a look at how far he's gotten, but there is several interacting maps that are out there, which is a good thing because you can kind of see where crime bunches itself and where missing people are missing from.
Yeah.
And the biggest thing, though, is just like I was getting ready to make a Kylie Rondi video this morning. I have all my clips and everything that I need all together and ready to go. And I saw in one of my clips is they didn't do an Amber Alert, but there's reports from a news station that they believe it's an abduction. And this was earlier on. And then they sent out some other type of alert system. And I was getting ready to research into that. And then I ran out of time. But that thing hit 80,000 people in the area, in the Truckee community. But I mean, by the time that they released that, though, it was too many hours had gone by. So if you're going to release something like that, that's where the Amber Alert plays a big effect. Because that case, I mean, who knows where they are now? It's been, what, 13 days or 14 days now? So you could get a long ways in 13, 14 days. That is significant. Even the man hours and the dollar amount of searchers and rescuers and stuff, they could have created one Amber Alert, and it would have been way cheaper than what is happening now. And we'll have to see what the outcome is. So I don't know. There's something that has to change. There needs to be a change there. And
yeah, there does. Well, like I say, and I really believe this to be true. If they can make a siren that when you're got a tornado coming or bad weather, and they can make a siren and it works, their alert system, they should do that for children. Sorry, or a missing person. Sorry, you can make a different bing dong or a siren, something. You can do that for make it work, statewide, nationwide. Why can't you do it for people? I don't know. I don't get it. 12 hours. The state says within 12 hours for an Amber. What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of states that are like that have been coming across, and I think it's time to start. The Silver Alert has been upgraded for all missing persons. I think
states are all states.
That's actually a state by state basis. The concerning silver alerts are different state by state.
Let's put it this way. Everybody has to remember our independence comes from being state to state, independently ruled and governed. So we will have that problem unless it goes federal. Then they take over all states. But it shouldn't be that way. Don't you think every state should want their missing to be saved or prevented or found or whatever all these programs are that we're talking about? I don't know. But you really seriously got to pay attention, right? I don't know who it is on here that talks about how you can get these people to pay attention. I wonder who it is. Levi Arctic.
Well, the thing of it is, and one of the things that I've mentioned several times on my channel is right now, as things are, Amber Alerts go to your phone, and that's it. And like Checking was talking about, that siren or whatever, I do think that these Amber Alerts need to go out just the same as an emergency broadcast signal, to where they go across your television set, they come across your radio, not just the cell phones. And there needs to be an alert come out on the TV and the radio, and not just there, because a lot of people don't watch mainstream broadcasting anymore. You guys are watching YouTube right now. If an Amber Alert were broadcast on your television, you wouldn't see it. But if it came across your streaming service like YouTube or Hulu or Netflix, you'd see that. And we need to work on getting things like that in place to help these kids too.
Yeah. And somebody, I'm not sure who it was in our chat. Well, somebody in our group said that they were at either a grocery store or someplace and they seen missing posters.
No, it's the Illinois lottery.
The lottery. So, that's what it was. It was like, go ahead.
So in Illinois, when there's a missing person, even on the road signs, they put, like here in Chicago, they have signs up above the road that will say certain things, like slow traffic ahead. They even use them for missing people.
Right.
But wherever they sell a lottery ticket for, like the Mega Millions, Powerball, Illinois lottery, wherever the machine is, they have a missing person that is like current active missing person. And they leave it up there until they're found, or so many days go past. And then every single time I go into a gas station to get something, they have it, it's displayed and it's up front. As a customer, you see it. So it's a really good tool. I wish some of the other states would do the same thing. And I don't know how that works, because it's going to have to be like a state-by-state thing here. But and I do want to say hi to Brandy, Lynn, and Lana. Thank you for being here. Tragedy Camp's always a pleasure.
Yeah, go ahead and say hi to your peoples, man.
Yeah.
Who just left?
Yeah, they have that in Maine too.
He just was walking and he kicked his ass out because he can't see. He'll be back. That's well, okay. And Christine and Sunshine doesn't talk much. Do you got something to say there, Sluggy? I know you do. You're like me.
Yeah. Well, so I work with Callie. Well, her state actually, the plastic bags, they put missing people on the plastic bag.
Yes, that is so cool.
And in Maine, we do the lottery too.
And the name is milk cartons back.
Yeah, but we don't. You know why they stopped doing that, don't you? Because they went to plastic.
Scan them on there.
But I am. I do have something in the works in the background.
Good. That's great. See, that's what we're all about. Making change, right? We want to make the changes we think need to be changed. So we need all of you, every one of you subs. We are nothing without you watching, sharing, talking, or bringing us a case. You just we're nothing without you. We are nothing without you. You are exactly also valuable to us. I want to
address the comment by Queen Latifah. Ask yourself why so many children go missing today as opposed to the 70s. Well, there's a couple of reasons for that. For one, we see a lot more of it because we've got social media now, which we didn't have before. So, and you've got YouTube creators like us bringing it to your attention and putting it right in front of your face. But social media also, because you've got these chat rooms and these games online where predators can so easily prey on these kids that weren't issues before too. And you've got parents that let these things be babysitters for their kids, where before, usually you had at least one parent at home watching their child. Well, now, because of our economy being the way it is, you've got both parents having to work just to get by. And so those kids don't have the supervision necessarily that they used to have. So there's a lot of factors why we see more kids go missing now than we did in the 70s.
A lot of the mental issues too.
Yeah, exactly.
That are not, that are taboo to talk about. But back then, They had mental institutions. So that is why a lot of them are on the streets now. And there are people that cannot be without medicine. They get angry. They do hear voices. People talk to them, tell them. I've seen it. And if that person has an episode in the middle of the street, they're going to get shot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or they'll be up for a murder case. Right. Because people in society do not, the ones that are there to protect us don't know how to, they're not equipped to, and nor do I believe that they should be equipped to know mental issues. But they should have some type of psychologist or somebody who specializes in this teaching certain officers, like have a department, okay, if that's what you have to do, departmentalize things that specializes in that. So every force has somebody that knows a mental issue. They can call in and they can say, okay, well, I'm on the way, talk to them, do this, whatever. You know what I mean? To prevent this. Don't you think there's something? I mean, that's just a off the top of my head kind of thought, but you know.
Yeah. You know, I have a lot of mental health issues myself. And I mean, who we all do.
Yeah.
But I try to make a joke out of it when I've been in a crisis stabilization unit before, so mental institution essentially, and I call it the Nut Hut. Now we have some in Georgia, and the and pretty much they do the absolute bare minimum.
Yep.
And then kick them out. Doesn't care where they go.
Yep.
And they don't care where they follow up or anything. And then it doesn't get on anybody's radar until tragedy strikes. And then you're going to have places like the Patton State Mental Institution in California. And I have clinical experience there. That's where I did my psychology round when I was in nursing school at the Patton, which is where the person who shot Reagan, he was at the time. I wasn't on that unit. I was on more of the assessment unit. So looking at malingering and, faking to get out of their crime or what have you. But it shouldn't take tragedy for something to be done.
Right, to make a difference, to put prevention in place, right? Because they always say, well, we don't know if that will work. Well, apparently what you're doing now don't work. Got it? So isn't anything worth trying outside of shooting and killing people?
Right.
You know what I mean? And Jinx thinks if you guys ever need somebody with two brains or to do research or whatever, I don't know if she's willing, because she is the best in our community. Okay. She can remember everybody's name, when they were born, who lived next to, what time they were in on, what day at court they were on. She remembers it like a book in her head. And she has been on Dateline. She is she's really good. Her name is Mystical Jinx Thinks. Go sub up to her.
Absolutely. Mystic Jinx.
Yeah.
I got to have my little fanboy moment here, Mystic Jinx. Could you please tell Ripper Jack that one of his biggest fans said hello?
Nope. I got you there. Ripper Jack is, you know who his favorite YouTuber is, Arctic?
Who?
Me.
Oh.
I'm not even lying. I'm not lying. He publicly announces that I am his favorite YouTuber. So I got one up on you, buddy.
That's awesome.
Yep. But anyway, only ma'am does she remember. Well, that's because she's been in the case for like 6 years. But anyway, you know who Mystic Jinx is then, obviously, if you know who Ripper is, because Ripper was also in Tiger King, and that's where Jinx was on his team, and they're the ones that found the signatures and all that stuff for Carol Baskin's case. Baskin case. Whatever.
That damn Carol Baskins.
Yeah. But so I just had to plug her because I absolutely love Mystic Jinx. She is the best.
Yeah, I've been following Mystic Jinx and Nosy Ren and Ripper Jack forever.
Yeah, oh my God, I can't believe it. I love it. And you've snuck in, and you know I am then through that too. You know, I get on their fucking podcasts and just do what I do with you too, right?
Yeah.
Yep, I do. Yep. That's funny. Small world. See, and we're a group. Thought we didn't hide anything from each other, guys. No, we all have personal lives. We're all real. And, you know, that's one thing that we all really believe in is that because we're real and the cases we're dealing with are real. I mean, I can't speak for all of you, but I feel I can. We just want it to be effective, respectful, and celebrational in the end, I guess.
Yeah. And the biggest thing about this group here is that my weaknesses are somebody else's strengths in this group.
Right.
And their weaknesses is somebody else's strengths. So that's like forming together and all working together helps everybody at once. And even the people behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, we got people behind the scenes that
and we couldn't do it without them.
We could not.
That's right.
I tell Bling out every day, I love you, Bling. Say too.
Yes.
No,
Bling is amazing.
And well, I don't want to. There's some people that don't want to be named, but we love you. We love you, and you know we know who you are.
She is a super mod.
Yeah, and I just want to thank all of you. And I want to welcome Sluggy to the Real Crime community. And this is we're changing the true crime. Y'all can have that true crime because it is a true crime. What they're doing over there, it is a crime. It's drama. It's bullshit. You want facts? If you want to help and the missing, and you want to help prevent, or you want to learn, that's what we're all about. That's what the Real Crime community is, and hope you welcome us.
Yeah, Arctic hunted me down. He found me randomly. I was in a live. I never heard of him ever. He got up on my panel and he hadn't left.
Yeah. I came across Arctic in a Mountain Girls chat, and I watched him once, twice. I don't know, maybe a little while because I'm kind of a lurker that way. And then I go, hey, you want to come on my show, man? Let me interview you, dude. You're going to go places. I did tell you that, didn't I, Arctic? Way back when. And this guy is our star. We do have to put him. He is in the middle.
Yeah.
We do have to kind of put him there because he really is our star. He puts out more videos than us combined.
I swear he listens to my calls because I swear I'm talking about a case and he puts out a video. I swear.
A lot of bigger creators will take what he's doing and instantly run with it, which is, honestly, that's what we want. We want creators to see this and do something on it. But it seems that if there isn't any drama or they can't twist a narrative, they don't want nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And when you got a real case with a real child who was taken out of a very healthy, happy, she was thriving in home and stuck with a mother who was a hooker, who was in an unstable living environment with gangsters and murder and stuff in her background. That's a very sad thing. Isn't it? And then you got,
yes,
I mean, isn't that enough real for you guys to do?
Right.
Yeah.
And some of these creators, they accuse others of committing crimes, and they have to stop and think that when you put something like that on recording or on paper and it's traceable, look at Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Yeah. We're not about the doxing and all this and that. You guys, you keep committing your crimes. You go ahead and talk crap about good people, because guess what? That's all you can do. We are true creators. We are creating our own platforms, but we are all talking about the same things. Okay. We are talking about what's important, what you need to know, and how you can help. And I think you all could take a lesson from us.
And these creators that are attacking the good people, all you guys are doing is causing your subs to see what kind of creator you really are.
Yeah.
And your subs are coming over here to the real crime community and getting facts and positive vibes and leaving the drama behind, because that's how a lot of us get started, is just not here for that reason. And I don't want to be a part of it. And it breaks my heart to see good people be dragged through the mud, or to spend hours on a live just dragging somebody down or dragging their team down,
right.
And then another thing is, a lot of times people are scared to chat in chats because they're a mod on a controversial channel. It's like, I don't honestly,
none of us judge people like that.
right. I don't judge you for who you mod for or who you chat at or whatever, as long as you're here for the right reasons and you're not spreading rumors or lies or attacking families. I'm all about that. Like, that's why I love being here with you guys, is because, like you guys were saying, it's the real crime community. This is not the true crime community anymore. We left that side of the streets.
Yep.
And
across the railroad tracks.
Yeah, and one big important thing that I've learned along my journey here these past months is that even if a parent is guilty, if they're not, they're still a victim of a missing child until law enforcement says that they're not.
Right.
And the biggest thing is I was guilty of this at first coming into this YouTube world, is judging Summerwell's case, for example, judging the parents in that case. Yeah, I have very strong opinions about it, but those are opinions, and based on to the facts. We don't have facts that for sure indefinite that they did something. So they're continued to be victims in my eyes until they're not.
Right. And I am, like my name says, checking convictions. I'm checking to make sure if that is a good conviction. You want a good, strong conviction, you let the police do their job, and you as a creator be responsible and only stick to what they put out. There's no credible information going to come to a YouTuber from somebody inserting themselves into I don't care if they were their neighbor 5 years ago. Okay. I don't give a shit if they were the babysitter. They weren't there. They don't know. Okay. So my information comes from who in the long run is the only ones that can do anything about it. That's the law. Mm-hmm. The police, the FBI, whoever, they're the only ones that can do anything about a situation that is going on. What we can do is put out their faces, what law enforcement has said, direct you in the direction for how to help, things like that. Okay. We are not a judge, jury, executioner. Okay. And none of us are law enforcement. Even if we were, we wouldn't be on here talking badly about a case, because they don't do that.
Exactly.
And if you're such a sucker that you really honestly think that the fucking neighbor or that the person that, because believe me, cops have talked to all them motherfuckers first. Okay. And if any of them had anything to say, cops would be talking to them still. Okay. So if you really truly believe that you're going to get information from some neighbor of a neighbor of a neighbor, or the babysitter that wasn't there, or your thought pattern opinion that you put out as a fact, you really look like a jackass. Because the only truth is going to come through the law.
Okay? There's Steve. True Crime Web's in the chat. Hey,
there he is.
Hey, so glad you're here.
Yes, there's
Oh, and Callie Dime, she's here too.
Who?
Callie Dime.
Oh yeah, I've seen her before.
I've known her for a long time on Twitter.
Welcome. Here I'm sitting there
Hey,
talking
so
trash.
Jasmine Perez has been found.
She has?
Yeah, her
That
mother
is
sent
so
us a
awesome.
message on
Really?
Twitter.
Oh my gosh.
Yay!
Yes, we were just talking about her today.
We were just talking about her.
Yes, and Darkness, you're the one that brought her up. I love that. See,
oh, that's
there's
awesome.
a triumph, right? And that's what I talk about every day. We have tragedy, too many faces, not enough information on a lot of them. Let's really be real. Arctic, do you want to speak on that about the information you get without information?
Oh yeah, without a picture or a name.
Oh yeah, yeah. One of the things, going back to CPS, is one of the things that I've seen in cases where these kids go missing. The foster care system is we'll get a picture of a child that's 16 that's missing, but the picture of the child that we have to work with is from when they were 12 years old, and that's a big issue. Or I'll come across cases that say missing child, no name, vague description, and no picture of the child at all. And I'm like, okay, that's like me trying to sell my car saying, car, it runs, come buy it, $500. I mean, how are we expected to cover these cases if we can't even get a picture of the missing child or a last name for the missing child? There's so many cases that I come across like that, and so many cases where the children don't even have a flyer, or what information you have to work with is a very brief 2-sentence description on the missing child's flyer. And so we've got to do better in trying to find these missing kids, and law enforcement has to do better. I've talked to parents of missing children or missing people, and the police didn't even ask, hey, did they have any tattoos? Did they have any piercings? Is there anything that stands out about this person? That's something that you need to know when you're putting information out on this person, because it's very identifiable information. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on that.
Oh, well, it's something that we all come across. Like, I would love to give posters to Sunshine to do, because she does such a great job. But because I deal with mainly, I like to look up and be there for the Native and Indigenous, because for one thing, I had a friend who spoke on the Redhead movement, No More Sisters Gone, and he passed away from cancer. But as a tribute to him, I started looking into them, and they truly do not get enough coverage. They're young people, don't even have pictures to put. I see South Dakota really bad for it. So there are certain states that do a lot, and then there's certain states that it a lot but don't do anything. You know what I mean? And I know through Brandy, Monkey's mom, that they have this little card the size of like a license, and it has a picture of Michael on it and all of his information. And that's a great way to pass out things for, the missing, so because a lot of people don't, have access to a poster, or you don't see his picture somewhere,
Yeah, that's a very valuable resource, because like, I keep that in my wallet, and if I'm at the store and I see a child that resembles Monkey, I pull that out and I compare it, and
yes. And because I heard somebody say that they were walking in Walmart and they thought that they might have seen Michael, and they looked at it really close, but they said his name, and I think they said Monkey, and he didn't turn around. So see, that's another thing that's really good, is I think you should give your children nicknames and use them enough, so if that kid heard it, like my granddaughter's a great example. If I'm the only one that calls her Pumpkin Butt. If I yell Pumpkin Butt and it was her, she'd know, you know what I mean? She would know, because I'm the only one that calls her that. But if she would know if it was me. But if you use it all the time, that kid won't forget it, he's not going to forget. It's be like forgetting his name, and I don't think that's going to happen.
I'm going to jump down from here because my kids are wild. They're like, what is she doing? Okay. So I appreciate you guys letting me up, and I will talk to you soon.
Okay. Yep. Talk to you soon. Thank you.
Love you, girl.
That's our newest member.
Sluggy's awesome. She does a lot for the babies, and was boots on the ground for Harmony, and she really does a lot of really good work. Proud to have her over here.
Isn't it sad though that Harmony, we just found out about Harmony, and she was a case that didn't get turned into for 2 years, and then now Everly was in that same state, and look what they're doing.
Exactly.
I don't think that the state of New Hampshire cares about children. I think I'll put that out there. Maybe people should look into them cases and look at the judge that. Now, I wish I could speak on it. Arctic, would you speak about the judge that has the one that gave the okay for Everly to be going back to her cyber, as you call it, cyber slut?
Sure, I will, but I want to address Mystic's question. Yeah, we look into missing adults as well. I cover a number of missing adults.
Yeah.
The judge in the case of Everly, she was already under scrutiny because there was a young woman who had filed for a restraining order against her live-in boyfriend because she feared for her life. The judge denied that restraining order, and because of that, that woman is now sitting in a coma in a hospital. Thankfully, she survived, but she's fighting for her life. And then the man turned the gun on himself and killed himself. So that judge that gave Everly back to Cyberslut was already under a lot of scrutiny. And yet here she is still collecting her $132,000 salary a year. And what does she do? She turns around and makes another tragic mistake in judgment. So they really need to review these things. Sununu says that he wants to make changes. Well, it's time to make those changes now before another kid gets killed.
It is. They come out and they did this big, we're going to do better. We're going to do better. And then here comes Everly. Not even 24 hours.
Exactly. It's
heartbreaking.
We see it time and time again. Cody Bigsby, we don't know how long Cody's been missing. We know when he was reported missing, but how long was he missing before that? And that's, we see all kinds of cases. Oakwood Carlson, Angel Nicole Overstreet. It's not just happening in New Hampshire. New Hampshire is one of the biggest perpetrators, but we see this all across the country. And it's like I said before, until this we've got to reunify bullshit stops, we're going to keep seeing cases like that.
Well, it's like the Joanne Hoof. I just made her flyer and posted her last night. I'm getting all kinds of questions about what happened. What's the story? What's the story? And there's, I had to reply. It's very sad that I can only give you what I was able to find on her.
Yeah. I get that a lot.
There's no information, and people are like, oh, well, okay, thanks. But believe me, I've dug. There's nothing there.
Right.
It's sad. And this is an infant, It's like, why is there not more information? Why is there not a case number that I can open up and look at?
It's sad. It's sad. I mean, there's just so little information on a lot of these children out there. And a lot of them, I sit here and I go through these missing groups with a fine-tooth comb, trying to find cases that aren't getting any attention. And I still have people bringing me cases that I've never heard about. So if I haven't heard about it, then this child's not getting any coverage. One of the cases is a case that I covered on my channel that happened 20 miles from where I live. I hadn't heard anything about that case, but one of my subs brought it to my attention.
Yeah, we hear a lot from subs. I get a lot of, because I copy and paste my stuff directly from wherever I find it, and I always leave a source link. So when there's something like missing out of it and they ask me about it, I say, I'm so sorry. I don't know any more than you have. I've looked at the person and I don't see any more than what I'm getting. And especially with the ones with no picture, they're like, because a picture says so much.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You can't, are you going to go be able to tell what child is blonde haired, blue eyed and 5 years old without a picture?
Could you highlight Christina's comment, please? That is an awesome idea, and the thing
that is
is,
incredible.
Oh, wow.
Because here's the
Oh
deal.
my gosh, yes.
So often I tell people, hey, let's say Monkey's missing from Idaho, okay, but he may not be in Idaho anymore. That's the thing. We need to get his face out on a national level. We need to have people looking nationally for him, because oftentimes when a person abducts a child, they're not going to stay right there where they abducted them from. They're going to try to get out of Dodge as quickly as they can. And to have that person's missing flyer in, say, coffee shops nationwide or trailers nationwide, whatever the case may be, that would make a huge difference in trying to find that missing child.
Yes. Bravo. Are you making a video?
No, I'm not making a video. Sitting back here listening to you all.
Well, you got anything to add?
Can you highlight Steve's comment?
Yeah. Let me find it.
It was up there a little ways.
Yeah, he's probably gone. He comes in to say hi and then leaves.
Oh, well, he's usually listening while he's researching.
I don't even. It's
way to do with law enforcement accepting some YouTubers with information, and I think that is a great idea. Just the thing is I think it should be a program that YouTube has creators that want to do good sign up for it and make a different realm of
yes,
like a new category. So, like, if you're going to seriously do this, then you're being serious instead of being in that entertainment only, where it allows you to
come up
to share and do whatever you want. But I think that YouTubers could be a very big positive impact in getting the word out there and stuff spread. All social media platforms are.
Well, if
as we all know,
still here, if he wants to, I dropped the link. He can come up and speak a little bit about his map and stuff if he'd like. Come up, because these are all great tools. And if you have tools to help you in any way, like Level tells us all the time about tools, and I'm just like, I don't understand some of them. Some of them are just great, so.
Christina, send me a DM either on Twitter or actually, no, let me go ahead and drop my email in the chat real quick. Email me, because I've been thinking about how we can get more awareness out, and what I have kind of in my mind is something that you wouldn't necessarily have to just show show one flyer.
Hey guys,
get like
I gotta take my dog out, so take the show. I'll be right back.
Okay. So those digital frames, set it up with a slideshow with flyers.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I've been talking about with y'all even is, back in the day, we used to see poster boards bulletin boards full of missing children's flyers. As you walked into Walmart, you don't see that anymore. And one of the things that I've thought would be an excellent idea, I don't know how involved it would be, but would be to reach out to these stores like Walmart that have the self-checkouts, where you've already got that screen there. Everyone has to see that as they're checking themselves out and whatnot. Why not, in the corner of that screen, just put a little section that scrolls missing in children's flyers as people are checking out? We can do the same thing on the gas pumps across the nation that have those displays where it's trying to sell us nachos as we're getting our gas. Instead of trying to sell us nachos, why not display a couple of missing children?
Exactly. And if they, take the flyers and put them in slideshows in airports, hotels, billboards, wherever, not just, yes, targeted awareness is great. There's some people that will get billboards in certain targeted locations that they might think that that person might be. But realistically, the missing person or child could be anywhere. And I think that we have to broaden our scope and say, okay, where can we really push this awareness so this is shoved in people's faces? Because people don't see it on the daily unless they're looking for it. I never thought about a missing child before seriously that I was looking into it was Gannon Stauch. And then I kind of drifted off for a while. And then during Gabby's case, then it was really what social media did, of every single platform working together. There were TikTokers, Instagrammers, this person, hey, I picked up Brian here. And that's what led to her being found. And then essentially it was a YouTuber that found her.
Yes. Yeah, I remember Red, White, and Bethune.
Yep.
But I mean, that's the things that are going to get these children found. And there's resources that some of these parents don't even know are available to them. For instance, if you've got a child that's been missing for a significant period of time, you can often reach out to, and my mind just went blank, Lamar Media Group, and they will donate a billboard for up to a month and sometimes longer for your missing child. But you've got to reach out to them. A lot of people don't even know that that's a resource they can go to.
Yeah. That's something I will be putting in I have a Word document that I'm working on for the description box, and I will make sure to add that link in here.
Yeah, I need to add that to mine too. I really need to update my description box PDF, but I will work on that too. But there are valuable resources that are out there to you. A lot of people aren't aware of all the work that the Aware Foundation is doing. And I personally work with the Aware Foundation. A lot of the videos that I cover, you'll see that it's their flyer that's on that video. They have actually started retweeting a lot of my videos, and I'm proud to work with them. But they will help you oftentimes create a flyer for your child and get the word out if you're having issues getting a flyer made. Also, you can reach out to any of us. Hey, Sunshine will create a flyer for your child. She is, and quite honestly, her flyers are probably the best flyers I've seen. So, I mean,
yes.
Oh, thank you guys.
Oh, I also want to say yes. Like all these things, like Sluggish Sleuth just put in their DNA kits.
Yes.
If you ever look at my community page, I put out something every day, if not, at least twice a week, with lots of prevention websites or, these little things like the DNA kit. Just put that out on my community page. So, check out our community pages. I know you can't share from them, but I noticed that Christine says that she goes to Facebook and she takes screenshots or clip it or whatever of posters and then starts sharing them on her Facebook. So that's a way to do it. You can do that from our community page too. We'd love YouTube, if you're listening, if you're reviewing this, could you please make our community pages shareable to our subs?
Yes.
Hey, I've got an idea.
Yes.
If all the subs that are watching this, can you go on Twitter and follow YouTube on Twitter and tweet to them that you would like a share button for the community tab? That would be awesome.
That would be.
Yes.
Because they do pay attention. If you tag YouTube and Team YouTube, they do pay attention because that's how I got my channel back.
Yeah, they pay attention. Team YouTube on Twitter does. Yes. Don't they,
Yes.
Level? I want Level to talk. He won't talk.
Why? What? You're giving away all my secrets.
I think he brought some funnel cake back from the fair, and he's too busy munching on that to talk.
But see, there's somebody here that says I don't do Twitter. There's a lot of people.
I don't blame you.
Listen, I've been on Twitter. I have like 48,000 tweets, so nobody can tell me that I don't use Twitter, right? But I've never had a problem on Twitter. I don't know about that kind of thing. I didn't know about that kind of thing till I came over to this freaking side.
Then I need to follow who you follow.
Listen, Jinx. She can tell you about Twitter. What do you call them? Twitter twats?
Twitter twats.
Yeah, Twitter twats.
Twitter weasels.
Twitter weasels.
Twitter weasels.
Yeah, well,
drama vultures.
That's yes. I don't do Twitter either. Really, Jinx.
You know, I never did Twitter at all until I started my channel, and the only reason why I do Twitter now is it's a valuable tool for the channel. I don't have a personal Twitter, but I do for the channel, and it's a huge tool. And so, you know,
right. That's right. We're trying to, that's why to us, you guys are real important too, because you're out there and you see things we don't, you know, we all can see different things from different areas of the world. And we really, you know, coming together, we're making it work. And I am very proud to be in the real crime community with every one of these people and the ones that we don't even see. Hi, Broken Justice. I'm looking
absolutely honored to be here.
Yeah, I feel that way about all of you.
Yes,
you're like all my, you know, everybody goes fanning. Yeah, I fan all of you guys.
Well, I mean, we all bring
Sliver. He goes, listen to this one. Here we go.
I love it.
And you will find out. Listen, I got a few choice words for people too. So yeah, you're gonna hear it from us because we just don't hold back because it's real. We're real. What you see here is what you really get, what we are in real life, each one of us. And we see a lot of bad actors in the true crime community. So come on over to the real crime community. And Steve, whether you wanted to or not, you're in the real crime community, okay? Because you do fantastic work.
Absolutely.
If anybody is not stubbed to True Crime Web, please go over there. Him and his wife do absolutely wonderful job. They're like us. Don't be putting non-facts in the chat. Don't spread rumors. We don't know. And he's former law enforcement, and he uses his experience and knowledge in that. And it's really a great thing to see. He does a great job. Wouldn't you all agree?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He does an amazing job.
And don't ask me about your list there.
Thank you, Steve.
I ran across Steve
amazing work on the Delphi case. His Delphi work is what really got me to notice him right away. So I mean, as well as other cases, but the Delphi is what caught my attention first off from Steve. And you know, he's very factual over there. And what I like about Steve is even though he's former law enforcement, he's not afraid to call out law enforcement when they've dropped the ball. So
right, exactly. And I mean, you know darn well he's seen us giving him hell, but you know what? He calls it for what it is. And that's why he doesn't speak a lot of speculation. He don't like that. He's a factual based channel, and he vets his stuff. He knows what he's talking about. And I think it'd be your benefit if you're into true crime. He does a great job. He really, really does. Yeah, drama sells. Go watch the soap operas. Yeah. But if you're interested in what's really happening, come on over and see us. You know, everybody needs a break from the real news.
That's true. And one thing that we do on my channel is I like to incorporate a lot of family things because I am dealing with a child with autism and a child with epilepsy. And so I want to spread more awareness about that, and especially after what I have had to, after what my little girl had to go through. You have to advocate medically for your children.
Yep.
If you know in your gut something's wrong, then don't stop. Keep fighting.
Yep. Yeah. I went through that just with ADHD medicine for my child. They wanted to get me on medical neglect because I didn't want to give my child methamphetamine was the name of it. Okay. And this is 30 years ago. Okay. And they want to get me on medical neglect. And I fought that because nobody knows their child better than a mother and their immediate pediatrician, right? Them, I mean, I didn't want my kid, when I gave it to her, she pulled out all of her eyelashes. Okay. Can you imagine what a child looks like with no eyelashes?
Yeah.
They don't understand the ticks and stuff like that. So be a responsible parent, know what your kids are taking, and fight for their advocacy if they're not getting what they need to.
I just got a picture of what a child with no eyelashes might look like. It kind of be like a negative of Tammy Faye Baker.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It kind of looks like it looks like like a person with no hair, and while they don't have, it isn't good on a young child. Okay. And to sit and have that tick, you know what I mean? Or feel like you're going to fall asleep and you're just a zombie. My child was a zombie. She was over medicated,
Oh, I mean, and I can speak to that because some of the medications that they've got me on, even as an adult, if I took the full dose that they want me to take, I'd be a zombie. I wouldn't put one video out a day, much less 5 or 6. So
but, I believe in with ADHD, I believe in consistency.
Yes.
And I had a very
stability.
Stability. I had all those things that I did and found out on my own that if I did that with my child, she didn't need that medicine. But because they were trying to get me on medical neglect, I allowed her to take it one time in school. I did not give it to her at home. There was alternatives. I watched her diet. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of things you can do for an ADHD child that doesn't need to be on medication and a zombie.
There's actually a new product out, and we started my son on this a couple months ago. It's in my nursing background, I have some neurology experience. So there's a product, and I know that on the commercial it's presented by Mayim Bialik. It's called Nerivia, and there's gummies, and then there's like capsules. And he takes the capsules, but it really made a big difference. It really has. He's been on it for a couple months, and it's actually really good. Because when he was on the stimulants, we weren't sure, is that what was causing his seizures, or is that what was causing his growth delay? Well, it turns out the growth delay, yes, it was. And then we still have no idea why he has seizures. Let's see. You were taking your dog out and may have missed. I'm working. I would be honored to be on your panel.
Yeah, I asked him a while ago if he would come on and I could do a little interview with him. This was a long time ago. So, but now he can see me in action. Well, he can't see me. He sees my eyeball because I was smoking. But because I'm smoking, I don't smoke on camera. But I do put a face to what I say. I learned that a long time ago from somebody who inspired me to even make a platform. He was great in our community and he passed away, but he was like, nobody can get emotion out of an emoji except for to laugh at it. So, and Level, he did his hair and everything, and now he's still hiding behind that handsome little emoji there. Look at, and see Arctic's emoji too. And we can thank Joe, right? You did them, right? Yep.
I did.
Just want to give credit because, like my friend Mystical Jinx says, informational highway, right? It's free, but give credit where credit is due. Like,
I've actually really started
Eric
to
Making a Murderer is the top yes YouTuber for that if you ever want to know about the legal stuff. And he passed away, so along with my friend Denise, who somebody brought up when I was on live. I think it was with Arctic or somebody, and they brought up my friend Denise. Yeah. Hi, Purple.
Hey, Purple.
Oh, I'm always in her chat. She can
and
look at
Sully.
Where's Sully? Sully. Mwah! Sully gets big old hugs, special for me. I love Sully.
Hey, Sully. Hey, Purple.
Yes.
Hey, everybody coming in.
Yeah, hey, everybody coming in. Check us all out. We're introducing the real crime people. Say bye-bye to the true crime bullshit. You can take your gang bang and stick it up your bang bang.
And one thing that you guys will notice the more you follow each of us is we're pretty much one big channel. As often you'll see at least one of us on each other's panels. And it's because we formed this collaboration because we all have the same beliefs when it comes to these cases. And, you know, there's power in numbers. It takes a village, a community to get these faces out there and seen and to bring these missing people home. And I, for one, am proud of each and every person that's up here on this panel and proud to be a part of this team. And if you're not subscribed to any of these people up on panel, I don't know what's wrong with you. Y'all need to go out there and subscribe to them and share their stuff.
Yes, thank you, Arctic. It's very true.
If
I agree.
If the people out there that are watching only knew half the information that we share with one another throughout a day, and trying to figure out what to do and to do the right thing and take advice from each and every one of us that's up here, it's a lot. But we're not afraid to roll up our sleeves and get to work either. And sometimes the drama is easier, so you don't have to roll up your sleeves and go to work in doing it. So hats off to you guys up here.
Well, and each of us can just go like this. Okay? Because that's a pat from all of you to me. And, you know, I want to do that to all of you because each one of you inspire me. You put up with my old ass. You make me laugh, Arctic. I love you for the way you make me laugh.
Yes.
And
picture it, Minnesota, 1922.
Look at you get my favorite two finger
Hey, Kim.
Yeah. Hey, Kim. Yeah, Kim. Love Kim. I gotta ask Kim. I can't pronounce the last name. Home, I think it is. Or
Holmes.
Yeah.
Kim Holmes.
Yeah. Was she ever in the? Why am I asking you like I'm talking to you guys?
She was in there.
Were you ever in the wrongful conviction? Were you ever in Stephen and Brendan's case? I just wanted to know if you were ever in that community. And
hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just had company come in. I'm gonna jump down.
All right, thank you, poster girl. We love you.
All right, love you too. And I have to say thank you, Steve. That means a lot to me. I'm your hero. Oh wow, thanks. And I'm honored for everybody and love you guys. And so sorry. I know y'all can probably hear my dogs raising hell in the background.
Just go ahead, do real life.
Yep, and I got to go get in the car line for my daughter.
I do real life.
I'll talk to you guys later. Love you all.
I was just going to close it up anyway because now Artist's going to go, okay, I got to go. And Leva goes, oh, I'm on.
Okay, I got to go. I got 5 videos to make.
Yeah, that's all right.
I already got 4 out, so you're behind.
Okay. All right, well, let us, who basically kind of started, we are the core. Thank you guys. Thanks for doing this with me. Thanks for coming up with everything you guys do. Appreciate it. And subs, we couldn't live without you, right? And Arctic, I don't know, you don't have a fancy takeoff lane thing, but Level does. So I'm going to let Level close it by saying,
if you see something, say something.